Ça, c'est l'arrivée de la délégation venant de Sydney. Président, bonjour.
Bonjour, monsieur Alpha Production, bonjour.
Vous venez d'atterrir ici à Brisbane, alors quel message à chaud?
Oui, exactement, nous sommes arrivés ici à Brisbane. Nous sommes avec le secrétaire général, tel que vous le voyez là. Nous avons un rendez-vous à chaud pour faire le lancement officiel de notre compagnie ACIDO, Australia Congo International Development. Et c'est comme ça que nous sommes vraiment venus déterminés pour pouvoir lancer ce message. Et nous appelons tous nos cadres de pouvoir nous rejoindre ici et dans la salle. Voilà.
En tout cas, merci beaucoup Alpha Production d'être venu. Donc nous sommes ici à Brisbane. Il fait très beau, c'est une très belle ville. Donc un message de coup, je peux dire tout simplement que le voyage a été très bien. Donc nous sommes venus ici pour lancer les opérations de notre organisation, Australia Congo International Development Organization. Donc à partir d'ici, nous avons déjà une réunion cet après-midi. Et après la réunion, nous aurons d'autres entretiens avec l'équipe de Brisbane. Donc ce sont 2 jours déjà très chargés, mais nous sommes très convaincus qu'avec les opérations que nous allons lancer, donc on continue state by state, comme on dit en anglais. En tout cas, merci d'être venu.
Ok, merci bien. Soyez les bienvenus à Brisbane.
Merci.
Merci.
Yeah, this is Alexis Katumbe. I am the General Secretary of ACIDO, Australia Congo International Development Organization. So we've come to Brisbane today to actually officially launch our organization, so business operations in Queensland. So we have quite a couple of days in here, which are really busy. So right after this interview, we are jumping in a car to get to the meeting venue. So our operations in Brisbane will be launched today. This is the official date of ACIDO Queensland. So what we are basically doing as an organization is we promote investment opportunities between Australia and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. And at the same time, we have domestic, national operations that we are going to launch right here in Queensland. But we are very much overwhelmed for the welcome that we've received in Queensland, along with the President who has come with us. So we hope these couple of days will be very fruitful, and members of various communities here in Queensland will be amazed for the opportunities that we've come down to offer. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh Jésus, quelle humilité. Et c'est lui que j'ai pour référence. Jésus, ma référence, oh Eva. Jésus, ma référence, oh maman. Ma référence, oh Jésus, ma référence, oh. Dans sa vie de tous les jours, il n'avait rien fait de malhonnête. C'était un homme très puissant, qui passait son temps à la prière. Seigneur, je voudrais te ressembler. Seigneur, je voudrais te ressembler. Oh Jésus, ma référence, oh Eva. Jésus, ma référence, oh maman. Ma référence, oh Jésus, ma référence, oh.
just need to request your attention for the program. Nitaanza kufanya presentation kidogo ya program. Program ya leo, we will start with the welcoming the guest. This is what we have done already, and then we have the welcoming everybody to the country or to do the acknowledgement. And then we are going to move forward to the presentation of ASIDO.
Tutaanza kukaribisha wenye nchi, kisha tuta move kwenye Kasido, presentation Kasido.
Now, when we are going to do the presentation of ASIDO, we would like also to acknowledge the presence of the president of this organization within us this afternoon. And after that, we are going to do to give the word to the General Secretary to do the to let us know about the operation of ASIDO. What is ASIDO? How? And all those questions will be answered by the General Secretary.
Kisha hapo tutakaribisha President, General Secretary tafsirie maana ya ASIDO inamaanisha nini, mission yayo na jua nini imekuwa.
And the next step will be just the launching of ASIDO Chancellery here in Queensland. Because ASIDO is not only for Australia, but ASIDO is all around the world and within some countries, including the Democratic Republic of Congo.
So ASIDO sio tu Australia, ni dunia mzima, hata Republic of Congo nayo iko.
And then we have two subjects today that we are going to focus.
Tuko na vitu vile tutaongelea today.
In regard to the Queensland law regarding the domestic violence.
Kusia Queensland sheria ya domestic violence.
Why are we choosing this topic?
Kuhusu nini tunachagua hii topic?
Because everyone we know what has happened last month here in Brisbane.
Kwa sababu kila mtu anajua kitu ambacho imetokea mwezi iliyopita.
And we are all concerned about those things, and then we have to see all the consequences relating to this tragic event.
Na tuna concern sana kwa hiyo tatizo ambalo imetokea na tunahitaji kujua maana ya hiyo tatizo. So
and we are going also to talk about the people living with disabilities.
Tutaongelea kuhusu people ambao na problem ya disability,
because they are some of the targets of our organization.
Hao nao ni wa target ya organization hii.
And after that, we will pass to the questions and answers. If you have any kind of question, you can ask those questions for clarification.
Kisha hapo tutapass kwenye kama una ulizo na ma-answers nayo kama unaweza kuuliza.
Now, we start with acknowledgement to this country, which is Australia, by my brother Alois.
We acknowledge the traditional owners of the country throughout Australia and recognition of their continuing connection to the land, waters and culture. We pay our respect to the elders, past, present and emerging.
What is ASIDO? ASIDO in short means Australia, Congo, International Development Organization. Okay, for this reason, it's not me who are going to present ASIDO, and I give this opportunity to the chairman of this organization. So I would like also to present the leaders of this organization. We have here Mr. Félicien, who is the president of this organization, ASIDO. I give this time words to the chairman of this organization to say a few words.
Je m'excuse un peu.
So I would like first to apologize.
Parce que nous sommes des originaires du Congo.
Because we are originally from the Congo.
Et puis notre organisation s'appelle Australie Congo International Développement.
And our organization is named as Australia-Congo International Development Organization.
Alors nous voulons que le message que nous allons passer ici puisse aller droit au cœur de nos frères et sœurs d'abord et aux autres personnes.
So the message that we are going to deliver here would like it to be delivered first to our brothers and sisters, then it will be relayed to other people.
Et en outre, vous allez m'excuser, puisque mon anglais n'est pas tellement bon, mais je suis obligé de pouvoir dire quelque chose en anglais pour nos invités.
So you are going to excuse me because my English is not that perfect, but I will try all my best to actually
Et je vais
articulate.
lire un petit mot d'ouverture.
So I'm going to read the opening remarks.
Thank you everyone for coming today. We really value and appreciate the time you have taken out to attend the launching of our organization here in Queensland. We are Australia-Congo International Development Organization. The idea to create this platform started 4 years ago. This was a time of deep thought, consultation, and humility. Thank goodness. That is, vision has come to fruition with the establishment of ASIDO. Our primary objective is to promote investment opportunities between Australia and Democratic Republic of Congo. The objective is very strategic, and the General Secretary is going to explain that later. We operate at an international level as well as national. In Australia, our mission is to build capacity of individual and organization through employment, service, and other human services. What we ask of you today is to be on the lookout about the need of our communities and think about ways of addressing them. This is who we are as CIDO, and this is what we define as. I'm going to call the General Secretary to talk about our operation and the future plan here in Australia and overseas. Once again, thank you for your presence today.
Thank you very much, the chairman of the organization. Now I would like to give the word to the General Secretary, who are going to let us know what are the activities of ASIDO. Tutamkaribisha Secretary General ya ASIDO atuoneshe, atuambie ASIDO ni nini, kazi gani ASIDO inafanya. ASIDO iko hapa tu Australia ou bien iko sehemu mbalimbali. Njo inye atatu expliquer. So le secrétaire général de ASIDO va nous expliquer de quoi il s'agit. C'est quoi ASIDO pour votre compréhension. Merci beaucoup, and I just give the word to the General Secretary. Thank you very much.
We are going to present ASIDO, Australia-Congo International Development Organization. So the idea of creating this platform started 4 years ago. And then we were asking ourselves this fundamental question. We were asking, what can we do? What can we create? What idea can we come up with to make sure that we create a bridge between the Congo and Australia? So the bridge should not be only cultural, but we were thinking of economic and financial bridge. And our mission is to establish pathways for sustainable development through the promotion of investment between the Congo and the Commonwealth. So our core values, include honesty, accountability, teamwork, and personal responsibility. The way we operate is that we are launching this organization to work on 2 levels. So we are at an international level as well as national level. So since this is an Australian initiative, when we talk about national level, we are talking about Australia. And at an international level, we are looking at other countries, but with the primary target, the Democratic Republic of the Congo. So what has brought us here in Queensland today is to launch officially our business operations in Queensland. And the other reason would be to follow through what is happening and then to announce some of the upcoming programs. So what is ASIDO? How is it different from other organizations? So we are registered as a public company. So we are not an association. We are not a platform where people can seek membership. We are a platform that is targeting people who got a skill set to offer for the benefit of the larger community. So as I was saying, so there is a difference of what we do as ASIDO. So we are targeting skill sets. So by becoming member, as I would call it, of ASIDO, the first question that we need to ask is, what am I going to offer? Because we believe that everyone in this room has something to offer. And in most cases, sometimes we don't know how to identify our strength. So ASIDO is creating that platform to make sure that we identify what our strength is, and we put all these strengths together to achieve our goals. So we are already registered in Australia to operate as a public company. It was registered in the state of New South Wales with mandate to operate across all states and territories. So we are not only in Australia, we are also in the Congo. And in the Congo, we have a team in Kinshasa and in Lubumbashi. In Kinshasa, we have our national chancellor, who is Guylaine Madelwanga, and in the province of Okatanga in Lubumbashi, we have our provincial chancellor, who is Claudine Tanga. Philippines, we call it a laboratory for ASIDO because it got a group of people who got a lot of expertise as well. So projects, once they are sent to us, the projects are immediately forwarded to the Philippines to actually put them into a very good format. Then when they come back to us, then we see how we can mobilize funding. So one of the things that we need to understand as well is why did we decide to put our primary objective promotion of investment between the Congo and Australia. ASIDO, what we do, we got a list of partners, investors who would like to do businesses in the Congo. So we have to make sure that since as an organization, our main focus as well is to make sure that there are improvement of people's lives in Australia and the Congo. And to be able to do that, you need two things. You need human capital and you need financial. So now, we cannot, since we want to provide services continuously, we don't want to have only one source of income to fund our services. Because if we create a platform where in Australia we rely only on grants, then the day the federal government or the state government will say, these grants do not exist anymore, then what happens to our services? There might be emergencies where these fundings are actually stopped, and if we have been using them as our primary source of income. So that's why we've decided to promote investment between Australia and Congo by finding investors who are here in Australia, who want to do business, to create another source of income for our services in Australia and in the Congo. So that is security in terms of financial capital. Even if the grants don't exist anymore, we will continue providing service. So the sectors are enormous. A lot of the sectors like mining, agriculture, industry, energy, education, and health. Any investor from Australia would like to invest in these sectors, we already have platforms in the Congo to maximize that, to make it happen. So from July the 27th to August the 9th, ASIDO actually funded my trip to the Congo. And the primary mission was to go to the Congo first and then get in touch with leaders, because it will be, I would say, a little bit embarrassing if we can just bring a list or a plethora of investors in the Congo without ourselves first
paving the way for them. So the activities that I was able to accomplish was first to attend an international conference in Kinshasa, to which ASIDO was actually invited. And in our intervention, as we prepared it from Australia to the Congo, what we were telling them is what is the contribution of women in the diaspora to help the development of Africa. And meeting also political leaders and leaders from private sectors. And the big surprise that I had there was a lot of people, they don't know a lot about Australia, honestly, either in Kinshasa or Lubumbashi. They know by name, they know it's a great country, but they said, you guys, what are you doing there? Because at the same time, we have to come back, we said, we live in this country called a lucky country. A country that has a lot of opportunities and potential. Can we sit and create a platform to maximize those opportunities? To make sure that we create channels where wealth, knowledge, technology is actually transferred. So this is what ASIDO is doing. It is basically to create and to build that bridge where we facilitate the transfer of technology, knowledge, and cultural. And it is none other than Mr. Alpha Abassi. And I will ask him to stand up, and I will call the president to actually give him his hard copy of his appointment. We also have Madame Nora, who is already our treasurer of ASIDO International, but she has also been given a position as the Federal Director for Women's Affairs. And we are going to call on Madame Esperance Bilonda Kalonji, who has been appointed as our Director for Disability Services.
Donne-nous à sa référence, venu dans le modèle à suivre, celui qui pour toi est infaillible. Moi j'ai choisi ma référence.
Okay, so
Moi j'ai choisi ma référence, Jésus. Ma référence, oh, Jésus. Ma référence, oh, Jésus. Ma référence, oh, Jésus. Ma référence, oh.
Okay, thank you very much. And this is our bureau, I would call it, the team, the executive team here in Queensland. And they will be the ones to actually work together to create the team, the larger team.
Humilité, y'a que grand il se rabaissait, jusqu'à aller laver les pieds,
Thank you.
laver les pieds de celui-ci.
So these are not the only appointments. So this team will work together to actually continue the other appointments. So the other point that we would like to tackle at the moment is the event that has actually happened. Because Logan was in the news recently. So that was something that has devastated us. An incident of domestic violence. Because what we do at ASIDO is we look at the needs of the community. When we talk about community, we are not looking only about the Congolese or African community. We are looking about talking about the larger community. Because everything that happens, whether it is within our community or just our neighborhood, it affects us. So that's why at ASIDO we've said, since we are looking at the needs of the community, we have to intervene. We are announcing what we call ASIDO Against Domestic Violence Initiative. ASIDO Against Domestic Violence Initiative will be a yearly event every year, right here in Queensland. So what we are planning is to create 2 to 3 days to raise awareness in the community about domestic violence. No, we can already see that there are 2 things. Lack of information, lack of formation. So there are these 2 things that we'll be tackling every year. So we'll start with Queensland, then we are going to roll this over to other states and territories. And we call on expert to help us understand how can we prevent this. And we open the floor for questions. So the nomination of Madame Esperance Bilonda is a vision that we have in terms of looking at how we are going to intervene in people living with disability in terms of upskilling people and then creating employment opportunities for them. So that's one. And the other thing would be creating a customized intervention in terms of how to cope with disability. So when we talk about a customized approach, either in employment services or disability services, how can we approach it culturally in the language that the person understands? And we know that NDIS exists and it provides a lot of services. So we are going to build our services around that, to amplify that so that it benefits the larger community. So these are some of the things that we've done. And in terms of some of the upcoming events as well, here in Queensland, we will implement an employment services agency or department. So this is about upskilling people to get into employment, and then what are the strategies that we can build for them to maintain that job. So it won't be something that you enable people to get a job and they lose it after a couple of months. And the executive committee of Queensland Chancellery, so we'll come up with a strategic plan on how we are going to deliver that. And we have also an event that will be delivered in Queensland or Sydney, but the place will be decided later. So that's an international conference that we are going to organize. An international conference where all our female ministers in the current government in the Congo to come here for 2 or 3 days of meeting and audiences. So to establish those partnerships with the ministries here in Australia and in the Congo. So that's the plan that we got in order to build a strong leadership among women. So this is what I had to say at the moment, and we'll be traveling to Russia as well to attend the first Russia Africa Summit in Sochi, and that also will continue discussions with delegates from the Congo to come to Australia. And one last thing is, as I said, we call Australia the lucky country, and luck happens when two things come together: preparation plus opportunity. So when these two things come together, then we can call ourselves to be lucky people. So the question is, how are we prepared to meet that opportunity so that we call ourselves the lucky people? Thank you very much.
You know, running such activity, we need to work together with other organizations and agencies established here in Queensland, especially here in Brisbane. Hatuwezi kutumika sisi wenyewe. That's why I would like to call upon Mr. Abiel from Access Community Services. Thank you very much.
Firstly, I just wanted to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land that we're speaking, the leaders past, present and emerging. Firstly, as the Secretary has mentioned, domestic violence is one of those things that are plaguing this country. Women need to be protected, and laws need to protect women in their own homes. At the same time, men need to understand what is domestic violence, because as you mentioned earlier, accident can happen really quickly. Someone can lose their life. So we got approached by Alpha and Nora to discuss about domestic violence. So I work as a community engagement and development in the Ipswich region. So what we try to do is educate and also make people aware that these is really, how can I put it? It's a shame that, you know, someone can lose their life through their own partner's or loved one's hand. So we are trying to run a few programs in collaboration with other organizations, as Alpha said before. So education in regards to understanding what domestic violence is and how to prevent it, I think, is the main solution to a problem is the prevention. So we do not claim to be knowledgeable about everything, but we do work with different organizations who are knowledgeable about different things. So we would work with anyone who wants to educate other communities and the wider community, as you said. So not just the African community, but the wider community within where we live in. I think understanding the law, understanding the psychological triggers of a problem, and then understanding how we can solve it is a process, and it takes time. It's not a sticky tape solution. So we would like to work slowly and understand and educate those people. So I just wanted to thank you for inviting me to talk to everyone here, and we would like to actually call on people to come together and talk within your communities and talk with other communities about the issues. So the more you talk about it, the more you put awareness on a problem, I think the solution will come slowly. Just to put it in perspective how some men are talking about why domestic violence happens, and it's no fault of their own. So the cultural barriers of how back in where we're from, how the household is run, expecting Australia to be the same way. So we had a few consultations with different community members. So the blame was Centrelink. The blame was the law of the country. This is how not knowing what actual responsibilities of husband and wife and or partners is, and the consequences of this as well. A child might lose a mother by the hand of their father, and the father is in jail. So what's going to happen to the child?
Thank you very much. Sorry, Abiel from Access Community Services. We would like also to acknowledge the presence of one of the another organization, just to greet the audience and to say a few words.
I actually work now for the Queensland Council of Social Service, which is a peak body for community organisations across Queensland. And I know from my work there, and of course my work previously for NDA, domestic and family violence is a huge issue across the community in Australia. I congratulate your community for your efforts, and I hope that your efforts are replicated in other communities and in the wider Australian community. And I'd also like to just quickly acknowledge Esperance invited me here, and so I haven't had much time to really find out what you're doing, but I'm very impressed so far.
At this stage, I would like just to give Mama Esperance and Mama Nora for just a few words in a few minutes, and then we will conclude our event this afternoon.
I am truly grateful for this wonderful opportunity. I hope this will remind everyone that people with disabilities are still people who are capable of achieving amazing things. I hope that the position that I have been honoring with today will encourage others who might feel discouraged, uncertain, and even confused. Remain resilient and continue to persevere. Always, you can achieve anything you want to achieve in life as long as you don't give up. Nothing will ever stop you. Thank you. God bless you all.
Okay, it's so excited. So we are very, very excited. So at this stage, quickly, I'll just give the word to Mama Nora to say a few words and to acknowledge the presence of the women within another initiative, which is a federal victorious women in Australia.
Vive Asido! Vive the Congolese community! Vive les femmes victorieuses in Australia! Je suis très ravie de recevoir Son Excellence le Président fondateur de Asido. Je suis très ravie de recevoir Son Excellence aussi le secrétaire général. Et bien même aussi notre chancelier, Papa Alpha. Et ma collègue, Maman Espérance. La vision continue. Quand Dieu donne la vision, il accomplit avec la provision. Et c'est toujours la vision que j'étais quand j'étais à Kinshasa. Et ça continue toujours à être concrétisé et à se réaliser. Et nous voici maintenant la réalisation de la vision. Je n'ai pas beaucoup de mots à faire. Vous allez nous voir sur le terrain et vous allez voir le fruit. Nous allons travailler main dans la main. Je suis très bénie de voir notre bien-aimé Avia de l'Access. C'est un homme impeccable, l'homme de parole. Et je présente aussi nos moments. L'œuvre a déjà commencé et vous voyez maintenant les moments ici. Je pense que les mamans peuvent venir ici. On va nous prendre des photos ensemble. Ce sont des moments encourageux. Comme on parle, ce sont des moments victorieuses. Bien même il peut y avoir de preuves. Nous vaincrons toujours quand il y a les preuves. Parce que Christ a nous l'espérance de la gloire. Et j'appelle le moment de venir ici debout. On va nous prendre des photos ensemble. Je pense, je vous ai déjà parlé que l'œuvre de femmes victorieuses travaille dans l'Asido, c'est l'Ambrelle. Et maintenant, nous ne sommes pas ici seulement à Brisbane. Bien même aussi, nous serons aux États-Unis d'Amérique. Dans toutes les states, nous allons travailler, vulgariser, faire la mobilisation, de demander à tout le moment de se réunir avec nous, de travailler et aller de l'avant. Nous allons changer l'Australie. C'est le moment de révolution des femmes. Que les femmes doivent s'élever. Parce que aussi, c'est le moment, parce que nous venons de perdre une dame qui vient de mourir à cause de domestic violence. C'est aujourd'hui que les mamans doivent être impliquées, de dire stop à la violence. Je vais communiquer aux mamans de s'élever, les transmettre maintenant la valeur d'une femme et les devoirs d'une femme. Et c'est le moment aussi que les femmes, comme nous nous voyons ici ensemble, nous allons dire à la police, stop de venir en retard. Yes! Yes! Parce que quand il y a le triple zéro, il y a déjà une personne déjà partie.
Soki tokutani na modèle oyo tolobi ata monoko mboka na biso te eza malamu mingi te po bandeko bakomona biso na Kinshasa. Eloko moko nazali koloba bino bamama ezali te oyo ezali communauté congolaise te. Biso nyonso tozali bamembre ya communauté congolaise kasi oyo ezali compagnie privée oyo ezosala indépendamment na volonté ya communauté congolaise. Yango wana nasengi attention na bino bamama bosala confusion te entre communauté congolaise na Asido.
Yes.
That's why I want to come to women to your attention. Don't confuse yourself between the Congolese community and Asido.
Yango wana tozali ko remercier d'abord Maman Espérance.
That's why we have to say thank you to my sons.
Topesiye pouvoir, topesiye makasi. Parce que ceux qui ont eu valeur na bango te, nous avons peur de venir biso te ata mokolo moko.
If you don't be able to know their value, that God will never bless us.
botala exemple ya mboka otoye awa.
Just look to use his country as an example.
Bazali correspecter batu nyonso bazali na handicap.
They are giving more respect to all the disabled.
Soki to réussir eloko oyo communauté na biso na asido na biso ekokende liboso.
If we just end up respecting the principles, our communities, our asido will go forward.
Iloba ezali moko bolingo.
Just one word, love.
Foto linga bango.
We need to love them.
Bazali na ba capacité mingi.
They have a lot of capacities.
Et nazo promettre bino ke na simaya Mama Espérance Australie ba ko respecter ba congolais awa na kati ya mboka. Eloko mosusu pe na kati ya gouvernement na biso ba nommé ministre chargé na ba personne vivant na handicap.
In our country, they've elected a minister for the person, for people who are living with disability.
Lobi tozalaki na réunion na ministre wana tolobaki likambo na ye.
Yesterday we went together with that minister, we discussed about his issue.
Alors ye bayebi na RDC ke azali directrice na biso l'Australia wa ko représenter makambo ya bandeko nyonso bazala handicap à cause de la coopération directement na ministère na biso na Kinshasa.
She will be taken.
Yes!
Merci beaucoup maman Espérance tolingi o mingi.
Amen.
Tolingi pe batu nyonso oyo.
I love you.
Merci beaucoup.
ASIDO is not there to tell people to contribute the money, like having the membership.
Yeah, with the first one, what is our major source of income? So that was the question that we asked ourselves by creating this platform. Where are we going to get continuous source of income to finance our services? Grants can stop anytime. So that's why we said we have to create that source of income that is continuous by promoting investment between Australia and the Congo. So let's say just an example. If we are able to a partnership between an Australian investor, whether in mining or industry, then we as ASIDO, we will create a source of income because we have enabled two people to do business. Then we have our right to get something out of that. So if we are able to facilitate a partnership of $10 million, for instance, or even more, for a period of 5 years or 10 years only, just one. That means at least for 10 years we have source of income. That's just one. But how many investors from Australia can go to the Congo? That's why the president said we are not a Congolese community, we are a public company. Because with those sources of income that we will have, we are going to employ people. The job that people will be doing, they will be paid for that. So that's the vision. That's how we can create that permanent source of income. So the second question is about the conference that we are planning to organize in February 2020. So since the Congo is also our target, primary target in terms of improving people's lives, and there has been a lot of women who have been promoted to be state, federal, national ministers. And I've said here that when I went to the Congo, people, they don't know much about Australia. And they were saying, you guys, what are you doing for this country? Then we said with women, they are actually into key ministers as well. So we believe that by creating a conference to build the leadership, in a sense, to amplify that, to give them the opportunity to know how the Australian leadership model is being run. So we will invite speakers, ministers from Queensland, from New South Wales, from different states, to talk to them directly. So that would be one. And the second thing would be them to liaise directly with some ministries here in Australia to create some partnership. And we believe that those women ministers in the Congo, if they fully succeed in the ministries, look at the impact in the Congo. So ASIDO must contribute to that success.
My question is, how does someone become a ASIDO worker? What are there any criteria? Because there's some people with ASIDO issues. Would you like to tell us a bit more about the vacancies, positions which are available already, and how does people become ASIDOs workers?
Tunaona deja baadhi tofauti ndani ya hii chumba ndio na mipira inaandika ASIDO. Sasa tunataka kujua huko condition kama unananja wewe kujiangaje tu kwa tupate kazi kule kwa ASIDO au kunaweza kuya namna kalile kazi pale nyingine zingaliki iko wazi na kwa sababu tukaiapply kule kazi tuipate.
Thank you, sir, for the question. At this stage, we will be honest that our origins are modest. They are not correct in terms of we're not coming from millionaires or whatever, but we are at the stage where we are doing things voluntarily. Even the trip that we financed, ASIDO financed from the Congo, it came from volunteers. People who believe in the vision that we have, and they said that we contribute with this much, go and then do it. So we are at the stage where we are voluntary at the moment. And we want to create the sources of income where we have those positions, where we advertise the positions and then provide your expertise and deliver a service for certain people. So we are at that. But at the moment, we need volunteers to adhere to the vision so that we can create a bigger momentum.
You mentioned about the skills as well.
Yeah.
What are the skills which are needed in ASIDO?
Well, a variety. All of them. We need all skills. When you look at, for instance, mining sector, if you have an expertise in mining, you're most welcome. If you have an expertise, for instance, in energy, expertise in industry, might be in health or education. These are all the sectors that the Congolese government has put forward for us to actually prioritize. So any type of skill is most welcome at the moment, but we are going to canalize them to achieve.
Okay, big applause for yourself. That means we are at the end of this gathering. I would like just to say thank you for everyone for coming and attending this event. I know that you have many questions. We are not going to finish all those questions right here. That's why when we finish this gathering, we can have just a few chats outside because we need to leave this room in about 15 minutes. So now I just need to let the mom to serve the food that they prepared for us. Thank you very much, and God bless you. You can go just in front of me to get something, and then we will be leaving this hall. Merci beaucoup pour avoir répondu à notre invitation. Merci à toutes les mamans. Merci à tous ceux qui ont répondu présents. Et nous disons que la série continue et que Dieu vous bénisse. Merci.
Baba wetu na Mungu wetu uliye juu, jina lako litukuzwe na jina lako lipewe sifa. Asante Bwana, maana muda yote tulikuwa pamoja nasi, na tunashukuru kwa project hii. Acha Bwana, maana neno lako limesema project yote enye Bwana tunataka kufanya tuache mbele lako. Ni wewe njoo Bwana unatenda na kuyafanya. Maana livulwa eleferi kwa wewe Bwana. Acha mkutano hii barikiwe, na wale wote wanaungana katika mkutano hii, acha upatie nguvu na uwezo. Hii neno, hii mkutano, hii project iende popote, na wakubali kama wewe ni Mungu uliye hai. Asante Bwana, maana unatenda. Tunaacha chakula mikono yako, wale waliandaa wabarikiwe, na pesa ilinunua ibarikiwe, na sisi wale tunaenda itumia, acha tutumie kwa ajili ya afya yetu. Kwa jina la Mwokozi Kristo tunashukuru hata na kuamini. Amen.
Oka, chuba, 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 oka.